something that needs to be done. I'm of Sicilian descent. A lot of people think, but both the Sicilian American and the Italians, a lot of us really do have very strong ties to the family, meaning our family. And there are some that, let's just say, are in the family. When I say the family, I think we all know what I'm saying. Yes, there are people who have been in organized crime in the past. But with regards to being a Sicilian American or Sicilian of any country or Italian, a lot of us are very funny, well, not funny, but very, very, very much family oriented. And a lot of us take it seriously and will not tolerate anyone doing anything to our family. Well, today it's time to talk about our extended family here in the United States. And I want to tell you that almost every single live or podcast or blog that I do, I want you to think of it as going to a fast food restaurant and getting a combo. What I mean by that is I'll bring things in that seemingly don't relate to the title. So think of it as a combo. Even if it's totally off topic, I'm going to say it. I may call it a sidebar. But understand something. Everything we do in life, even if it seems completely unrelated, it's actually related. Even though people may not see it or hear it, it really is related. So what do I mean by that? Well, there may be things that totally seem completely out of left or right field. That's why you got to look at my content, whatever it is, a podcast, a live, on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, is definitely a combination. Now today, you can see the live description says protect the family. So I'm going to tell you some things that are going to upset you if you feel a certain way, or it's going to make you feel great and even validate it. It all depends on you. But first and foremost, I need to start by saying to the people in this United States of America who are in favor of deporting millions of so-called illegals and or of immigrants, let me give you a big caution. It will happen to you or members of your family if it goes through. I didn't say it might. You see, here's the thing, guys and gals. There's somebody in your family probably who's illegal here. And I want to say hi to everybody. If you think that your family are native to America, it may very well be true that your grandmother or great-grandmother or father is. Then again, it could be that they're not. And the problem with what certain politicians want to do is it will hurt you and me, even if it's not if they're not related to you. You may not think it will, but it will in many ways. Now, I'm going to go through some of them, and I can almost guarantee you the majority of you are going to leave. And I love you, and it's all good. If I were you, I'd come back, and I would watch the replay. And the reason why I would do that is you need to know what's really going on. Because if you're okay with people being deported, then I want you to be okay with yourself being deported. If you're okay with them being deported, be okay with your mom and dad. Otherwise, it's not a good thing, and you need to contact Congress and fight for the people not to be deported. Yeah, I said you, 18-year-old. That's right. You're going to get that number verbally, and you're going to get that number in the description. I want you to be a fighter, legally, peacefully, ethically, morally, spiritually, and financially. I want you to fight for the illegal immigrants that you don't like. What? You heard what I said. You heard me. Yeah, you. The ones that are pro-deportation, y'all need to wake up. I'm going to tell you what time it is, and I don't need a Fitbit. I don't need an Apple Watch. Oh, and by the way, let me get this out in the blue right here. I'm not ignoring the chat. Okay? Not ignoring it. But my print is so small, I really can't see it. So I'm going to say hi to all of you. Oh, guess who else I'm going to say hi to? All of my trolls and my haters. Because I love you. Now, I'm going to open up a can of universe of potato chip. I'm being polite, because we all know I mean whoop something. And I don't mean whoop, there it is, from back in the 90s or whatever it was. Anyone who's wanting people deported, you're going down the wrong path. And a dangerous one. Because you don't know your ancestors' history. You just don't. Now, I'm not being condescending. I'm not saying that to be ignorant. You don't know what you don't know. Nobody does. We don't know what we don't know. Here's what I do know. Did you know that before Ellis Island, everybody could be considered illegal that came here? Your great-great-great-grandma, your great-great-great-grandfather. That's right. Why could I say that? How can I say such a thing? Because there was no Ellis Island. There was no requirement. You just came to America. But you want me to really get deep, 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 deep? You know how we always say the Native Americans are the only real Americans? I love the Native Americans. But you want some breaking news? Nobody in America is native to America, including the Native Americans. Now, before you're thinking I'm on something, nope, not on anything. Let's get down to the real brass tacks. The majority of humans were born in Africa. That means you. That means me. We were either born in Africa or born in Asia. I'm talking thousands or even tens of thousands of years ago. But check this out. You think that you are a Native American. I'm not talking about the Native Americans, but you think you're really an American, right? Well, check this out. If you were really an American, why is your ancestry Italian, German, Russian, Ukrainian, Slovenian, Irish? You getting it now? Scottish, Jamaican. There are really no real Americans. There really aren't. So what am I saying? You might be wondering. I'm saying it's time to stop the madness. Look, I could get on here and I can tell you how I really feel about this administration. I could do that. I could even give you reasons why it's a dangerous one. I can do that and use the evidence. But I'm not going to. I don't have anything against the man personally or the administration. But I have a lot of stuff against policy. And I want you to understand something here. You don't think kicking out the so-called illegal immigrant is going to hurt you. But that's where you're wrong. It's going to hurt everybody you know, including you. You see, my friends, Y'all may not recognize because you let the left or the right media lie to you. The Democrats are lying to you just as much as the Republicans. Only the Republicans are doing a better job of lying to you because they're convincing you of the lies. But a lie is a lie whether you believe the lie or not. The lie is the lie. It does not change. If it is a lie, it is a lie. And the Democrats are liars. And the Republicans are just better liars. Let me throw something down for you. Let's pretend that we got rid of every illegal immigrant in America. Let's do that for a minute. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, yeah? You feel happy? Let me ask you a question. Let's say that right now you can get, I don't know, a dozen eggs. Let's just hypothetically say for $4. I know they're a little bit less in some places, more in other places. We're going to pretend they're $4 for a dozen eggs, okay? But then we get rid of every single illegal immigrant. You want to know what's going to happen to the price of eggs? I'm going to tell you. It won't be $4. Won't be $5. Won't be $6. You'll be lucky if it's less than $10. Now, if you're wondering why, because all those people you got rid of, they're not working those jobs anymore. And our fellow Americans, our so-called legitimate Americans, they don't want those jobs. Do you want that job? Let me ask you a question. Do you want to work in a field where people get hurt on a daily basis, sick on a daily basis, and sometimes die? You want some of that? Because the job, you can take that job if you want it. You don't need to work in a big box store. You'll be all right. You can work in a field when it's really hot or cold. You can do that. It's all good. Go ahead. Take that job. Get rid of the illegal immigrant. You take it. Or do you like the idea of maybe putting out more money at the grocery store, in your gas tank, for your house and your rent? Y'all might think I'm wrong, so you leave it. That's not smart. I'm not wrong, guys and gals. I'm not wrong. And we need to protect the family, okay? The immigrants and the non-immigrants. But here's the worst part about all of it. They don't want to just go after so-called illegals. If you're a naturalized citizen, they want to take you out of here too. Or your family member, or your friend, or your coworker. They want to go for all so-called immigrants. Now, that means people that you love are going to be gone. You might not think so. But see, you don't know every single person's history. Do you know every history of every member of your family, distant and close? Do you? Maybe you do. God bless you and congratulations. But what if the government decides that they're not American enough? What if all of a sudden we have a witness test or a litmus test, including you? And what if you make a few mistakes and you fail that test? See, that's why it's a bad, bad, bad deal. Now, people think I hate the Republicans. They're wrong. I hate their policy. Oh, you better believe I hate their policy. Yeah, I hate their policies because you could call me a progressive and you could call me a liberal. I'll take that. I'll take it proudly. I'm a proud liberal. And I'm a proud progressive. But there's only one problem with that statement. I'm not really a progressive or a liberal. You know what I am? It starts with the P word, all right. I'm a patriot. Yeah, the real kind. You see, in my America, you have a place at the table. You can be the most conservative Republican, and I will physically sit at that table. I might debate you. I might let you know a few facts that aren't fake, but I'm going to still love you. I'll shake your hand or give you a fist bump. You could be a Democrat, you could be a conservative. I just don't care. I love you. Let's get the memo straight, trolls. You can't do it. You can't stop me because I still love you. You can hate me. Go ahead, hate me. Go ahead. I'm going to still love you. Here's the thing. We cannot afford to deport all people that we want. I don't want anybody deported. Criminals need to be in prison. Deported? No. Prison? Yeah. But they also need to be reformed. Let me ask you this question. Let's say we only allow people who are officially American. They had to be born here now. And they also have to prove with a test that they really believe in America. That includes all of us. Let's put this test for all 340 million Americans, including Trump and Harris. And guess what? Let's deport Trump or Harris if they fail. How about that, guys? How about that, gals? How about we do that? Anybody that fails, American or not, you're gone. You're out of here. And let's include Trump and Harris, the Republican and the Democrat. If any of them fail, whether it's you, me, or Bob Johnson, let's throw them out. Let's do it. If we're going to do it, let's do it to everybody. All 340 million plus. You see, here's the problem with this racist, goofy, dumb as you can get policy by any party. But I'm going to take you back about 15 years ago. You know who I was railing against? You ready? Y'all might want to sit down if you're standing up. You might be ready to fall in about a New York minute. I was railing against the Democrats and the Democratic Party. Oh, yeah. You remember when I said I'm a patriot? When they do wrong, I'm going to call it out. When they do right, I'm going to let them know. You don't think I'll tell you when the Republicans do something right? Oh, you wrong, because I will. But check this out. You know what, my fellow Americans? See, the Democrats, back in 2009 and 2010, check this out. They had the presidency, they had the Senate, and they had the House, just like the Republicans do now. Now, they had a chance to give us universal health care. Yeah, government paid for, government run. Socialized medicine. But you know what that would have done? That would have saved you money, your family money, your life maybe, and their lives. But check this out. I want you all to know a little something about the Democrats. Check this out. You think that every Democrat is a socialist or a progressive. Some of y'all think that. That is a lie. They're about as socialist as a fascist. It's a lie, guys. The Democrats are liars. Republicans are liars. But check this out. We could have had universal health care with a public option. Do you know who killed it? Are you ready for this? A group called the Blue Dog Democrats. And some other ones. They killed it. Yeah, we have the Affordable Care Act. Is it a good one? It's good. It's all right. Has it saved lives? You better believe it. But it's not as good as Germany or Europe or Canada. And everybody talking about it's socialized medicine. We're going to go back, way back, ladies and gentlemen, now to 1889. See, I told y'all I'm going to give you some for real news. This ain't fake, brothers and sisters. This is as real as it gets. You see, back in 1889, Germany, Germany made it a right that every citizen had access to universal health care. Now, if y'all don't remember, back in the 1930s, Adolf Hitler came to power. He was a fascist. He was not a socialist. He was not a communist. He was the opposite. And what did he do? He ordered millions of people to be killed, murdered them, just because of their pigmentation or their nationality. But check this out. You want to hear something really off the wall weird? That evil monster did not get rid of universal health care in Germany. And he was the opposite of a communist or socialist. Adolf Hitler treated the people that he didn't kill, but he treated them better than our Republican congressmen and women. Adolf Hitler treated them better than our Republican congressmen and women. Guess what? Adolf Hitler treated them better than our Democratic congressmen and women. So what am I saying? Am I saying that every member of Congress, Democrat and Republican, are evil? No, I'm not. Am I saying that a majority of them are? Yes, I am. Until we have universal health care in America, every Democrat that doesn't make it happen and every Republican that don't make it happen are worse than Adolf Hitler. Worse. You heard what I said? Worse. Now, why is it that I want so-called socialized medicine? Well, I think you're going to want it too after you know the truth. You know what the truth is? Not the fake news, not what you want to believe. The truth is, are you ready for this? You don't want universal health care because it's socialized medicine, right? Come on, give me a 1 in the chat if you're against it. Come on. Don't worry, I love you. I'm not mad at you. But I'm just trying to explain something to you. If you're thinking it's socialized medicine, give me a 1. Communist or whatever. It's okay. I'm not going to turn on you. But here's what you need to know. You're Republicans, including MAGA and Trump. The second they become presidents, senators, or representatives in the United States government, they have access to government-run, government paid for, that's you and I, health care. But it gets even worse. See, they actually get, believe it or not, house calls. Literally. Yeah. Now, you might think I'm just making this up, right? That's good. I'm glad. I hope you do believe that. Go to any search engine. Look up the office of the attending physician. Actually, in the Capitol, there's a section for the office of the attending physician and his or her staff. That's the United States Navy. That's our government. They're part of the government, United States Navy. Y'all agree with that, I hope. Well, they run the office of the attending physician. Now, you might be a little bit upset when you hear that every single Republican, Democrat, and Independent, they are guaranteed to get paid at least $174,000 a year. By law, by the way. That means they could start this year and they're already entitled it. entitled to 174,000. Actually, it's 174,500 to be exact. But check this out. You know how much they can pay if they decide they want the office of the attending physician healthcare plan? They pay $500, well, actually $503 a year for their healthcare coverage that's paid for by you and me. $503 a year. And they don't pay co-pays. And they don't pay co-insurance. And they even have access to spas and hot tubs and trainers and all that for free. You might as well say it's free. I mean, it's $503 a year, but they're making and earning over $174,000. That's every Republican in office, every Democrat, and every independent. Oh, and by the way, they have guarantees of a lifetime of income, even when they're out of office. How many of your family members have it? I'm curious to know. Do you have a guarantee? Come on. Come on with your good self. Come on with your bad self. You getting it now? You're being lied to by both sides because they don't want you to know that you're getting raw blind every minute of the day. They don't want you to know. Now, what's really behind wanting to deport all these millions of people? We have to really think about that, don't we? Do you really think they want to deport these millions of people? No. They want Democrats to hate Republicans. You and me are supposed to hate each other. That's what they really want. Because then they can do whatever they want and we'll be too busy fighting each other. I'm not going to fight you because I love you. Even when you want to call me every name in the book, go ahead, get a list. Come on with your good self and bad self. I'm not going to turn on you. That's right, trolls. Not going to happen. I need you trolls to do some things. Yeah, I'm going to put you all to work. Come on. Hackers and trolls. It's time to get back to the business of life. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to start fighting for what you don't want. If you don't want people that are immigrants to stay here, I want you to change your ways and say, bring them here. Unless you want to pay thousands of dollars more per year for everything altogether. How would you like your gasoline maybe to go up? Instead of $5 a gallon, if it gets that high, what if it goes to $10 a gallon? You got enough money to do that? If it goes to $10 a gallon, which it could, by the way, if you don't think it could, y'all don't want to know. Let's say gasoline went up to $10 a gallon, just for the fun of it. That means every 10 gallons it's going to cost you $100. What if you have a really large gas tank? Or worse, what if you are a diesel driver, an 18-wheeler truck driving person? And then the company's going to pass that on to us. So you see, I'm not against Donald Trump or the Democrats or the Republicans. Policy, yeah. But let me tell you something. You know, those of you who are courageous and brave, you ought to fight for universal health care. Do you think it's okay with Adolf Hitler doing better for his people than America? Think about that for a minute. Adolf Hitler, worst murderer in history. Adolf Hitler kept the people that he didn't kill on basically free or low-cost health care. Adolf. But our Democrats didn't. Our Republicans didn't. Now, I don't know about you. You know what I would do if I were you? I'd start fighting for the family to stay here and the illegals. Now, if they do criminal stuff, put them in prison. I don't have a problem with that. If you do wrong, go to prison. But deporting them could get your family deported. It could. Now, y'all might not want to recognize and admit it, but do you really know every member of your family, how they got here? I'm not saying that they're illegal, but what if our government decides that they are? What happens then? Are you going to be okay with it? Losing somebody you love? I don't think so. It's time to protect the family. And it's also time for universal health care in America. How much money do we pay in taxes in this country? Think about that for a minute. If anybody should get tax breaks, shouldn't it be your mom and dad or yourself? Oh, yeah. I'm not talking about no little baby tax break, neither. And you should earn way more money than you do. You know it. Am I lying? How many of you work so hard you could almost die on the job? How many times in your life you come home from work almost ready to pass out? You know you did. You want to talk about fake news? You want to listen to these right-wing or left-wing jokers? And I don't mean the kind that's funny. No, I'm not impressed with the Democrats, please. I'm impressed with those of us who want every Republican family to have everything they need. Every independent family to have everything they need. Every Democrat, everything they need. Those of us who want every American or anybody that's living here to have what they need. That's who I'm impressed with. If you fall under that category, I'm impressed with you. And no, I'm not going to discriminate against people I don't agree with politically, because I love them. And a lot of people can't deal with it. You better start. Because get the memo. I love America. I am a person who loves, first of all, I love God. Number one, God. Yeah, G-O-D. But I also love you. And I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. Y'all just don't realize this motor mouth you're listening to is the real deal. And I've had people I disagreed with on my TV show on live TV. You know what else I did? Something that might make you just about wet your pants or dress, if you had one, or whatever you're wearing. What I'm about to tell you now might just make you scratch your head, literally. Be like, are you serious? You ready? Are you sure you're ready? I don't know if y'all ready for this. There was a gang member, an actual real-life gang member. And his name was Jimmy. I knew one of his aunts. Her name was Nora, and still is Nora. So we went to Nora's house one day. Jimmy was outside, gang member. I don't know why, but he screamed at me and threatened to kill me. No reason, but he threatened to kill me, and this is a gang member now. So, sure enough, eventually, He had a surprise of his life. My girlfriend, Annette, she surprised me too. We were in a little Honda Civic, a two-door. She burst out of the second seat, almost broke the seat to push it. Burst out, called that man every foul language name in the book, and threatened to kill him. And I was like surprised. I'd never seen her do that in my life. I'm not kidding. She threatened to kill him, and she scared this bona fide gang member so badly, that his gang member friends and relatives told him he better go because she was going to kill him. And he left the neighborhood. Now, it sounds like a lie, but it's true. But then, a few weeks later, I happened to be back over there. Jimmy Joe came back out. This time he wasn't threatening me. I said, I hear you need to go and get an interview done. And he was still kind of nasty a little bit. He said, yeah, and? I said, well, get your butt in the car. Excuse my language. He said, what are you talking about? I said, get in the car. Then I got a little bit of something on him. A little bit. I said, get in the car. So at first he thought he was Mr. Big Man, right? I said, just get in the car, all right? He thought I was kidding. I said, get in the car. He got in. This is the man that threatened to kill me now. Remember that now. He gets in the car. I take him to where he had to go. During that time, he said, why'd you put me in here? I threatened to kill you. I said, oh, that? Well, let me tell you a little something. I believe in God. God forgave us, and I'm going to forgive you. And we became friends. What's the point of this? Am I all that in a bag of chips? No, all the glory goes to God. The point is, I cared about him even after what he did. He didn't know how to handle it. But then he became one of my friends. Yeah. What I'm saying to you is, we have to have love and forgiveness, guys. Atheists too. I know y'all have more forgiveness. A lot of times atheists have more forgiveness than people that claim to love God. Yeah. Agnostics too, by the way. But what I'm getting at is this. He was supposed to be my enemy, a gang member. And I put him in my car. I didn't put him, but I had him come in. Because I have love for people. And that love does not discriminate. You want to hear something really off the wall? I don't like Trump's policies. Can't stand it. Want him out of office. Yeah, I said it. I said it because I can. I would love for him and the Republicans to be out of office because of policy. But that being said, if I was around and somebody tried to hurt him, I would protect him. I don't like his policies, but I would invite him into my car. I would even shake his hand. I tell him I think what he's doing is wrong. We might have some words, G-rated, but I don't hate the man. I don't hate anybody. I may hate actions, but I don't hate the person. No. I would protect Trump if I had to. That's what I do. I love people, and that includes Trump. I don't like what he's doing or wants to do. But you think I like everything the Democrats do? Please. Let me tell you what the Democrats really are. For y'all that's a registered Democrat, you want to know what the Democrats and the Democratic Party really is? They're not communists, no. But they are something that starts with the letter C. They're cowards. And they're misinformed. Yeah, they're stupid. I'm sorry. I'm going to call it as I said. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I like Joe in line with what Joe Biden did. But as a whole, the Democrats are dumb. When it comes to getting their message out, they're terrible. They get an F or 0. And then when they had the power, did they do right by your mom and dad? No. Or you? No. Now, do I want them back in power? You better believe I do. But with a different caveat. It's our turn. It's the American mothers and fathers and you getting the best of the best. And this is for all politicians. Your days of controlling us are over. I don't care who you are, Republican, Democrat, everything in between. You see, we're going to do something legally, my friends. All of you are going to do it if you really want a better life. We're not going to just protest. Please, that doesn't work. Come on. To a degree it does, but not really. Now, I got a couple of things that will change the world. Yeah. And you got them right now. You got this, man. You got this, woman. You want to know what it is you got? You have money. You got money. No matter how little you got money. You have money. And that is our greatest power. That's one of our greatest tools. But you want to know what comes up second? Our data. Yeah, you want to know how powerful your data is, huh? Let me give you an idea. What do you think YouTube runs on? Data. Why do you think they get so many advertisers? Data. Earning billions of dollars. Our data, your data. Yeah. So what does that mean? Our data is our currency. And our currency is our others. So we got two tools that will change America or anywhere you are. We can turn the most dictatorship to a democracy in lightning time. If we decide to utilize our data and our money, and if we decide not to, we can bring down every single thing legally and ethically and financially. We could make Facebook go out of business. You and I could do that. Could make YouTube and Google out of business if we want to. You and I can do that. We can make economies have a problem. You and I can do that by not spending our money and our data. That's right. If you don't like the way our nation or nations are going, change the way you spend money. Change the way you use your data. Now I'm getting ready to close, but I'm going to look at these chats. So you're going to get a close-up of my forehead because that's the only way I can see it. Love y'all. First of all, American Roadrunner. Go ahead, American Roadrunner. I like that name. Let me see what we got here. And it's all right if y'all disagree with me. I love y'all. I'm fine with it. If I can put a gang member in my vehicle and become friends with a gang member, and by the way, he left the gang not too long after that, and the gang member's leader likes me too, by the way. Yeah. Because I love people. Stop, bro. You're trolling. American Roadrunner. I'm not trolling. I'm just telling it like it is. Let's go. All right. Just woke radio. Okay, I'm going to have to check out woke radio. We'll see how awake woke is. I'm sorry, woke, but you might not even be awake, but you'll be all right. Love y'all. I hope you are. Hey, we'll find out. Land of the milkman. I like that. I'm okay with laws being enforced. Well, oh, that's laid off milkman. My fault. I thought it said land. Laid off milkman is okay with laws being enforced. I don't think so. Not when it comes to your own family. And nope. You think you're okay with it. Yeah, you feel that you're okay with it, but you're not. Trust me. I'm not telling you how to think. I'm just telling you when it comes down to your family, I think you just might not be cool with that. I'm okay with following the law. The people deported are. And your own mom and dad may be here illegally too, by the way. Those of you who say you're okay with this. We got what? ZEC. I'm not sure how to pronounce it in Johnson. Made the statement that they're okay with laws being enforced and what have you, and that the people are here illegally. You got to get that out of your head right now. I'm telling y'all, you got to get that out of your head. And I don't need to wake up, American Roadrunner. I am awake. I love y'all, though. Listen, guys, I'm trying to get it through to you. You don't know if your own family are legal or illegal. But it may not matter. That's what you don't get. Don't you understand? Now, you might think it's fake news, but this administration said that just because you are considered a naturalized citizen, and even if you consider it legal, they may question it and try or even deport you or members of your family. That's not fake news. That's legitimate. That's what they said. I didn't say it. You don't get it, do you? Just because you're legal and did the right thing does not mean that you're okay. This is not trying to scare you, but I'm not going to lie to you. If it hurts, it hurts. I'm sorry. I cannot lie to you. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm an American that tells the truth. Do you not? You want to know one reason why my YouTube channel has never blown up? Because the powers that be on both sides won't let it. They can't afford it. The Democrats in power or the Republicans, they can't afford me to become a big-time man, a big-time person. They can't afford it. If I tell you the truth on a national and international basis, I will rile you up. And you will legally, ethically, and financially do things they don't want. And the United States will actually become the United States. Not the divided ones. Not the red and the blue. No, it will become the purple. You see, because Democrats and Republicans will actually become buddies again. Yeah, they can't handle that. You really think that they're in D.C., in that Capitol building, fighting all the time? Yeah, they might do it on C-SPAN. But if you really think that they're enemies, then you need to get off the alcohol and drugs. Sorry. They're not. It's a game. Like professional wrestling. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, what I'm saying to you is upsetting. Of course it is. But I don't want anybody, legal or illegal, deported unless they did a crime. I'm not talking about just coming here either. Because our great-great-great-grandparents were illegals. Yours too. They were. They were, illegal because there was no legal path or necessity back then. So it may not be your living relatives, but your great-great-great were illegal. That's not a question. That's a fact. And then Ellis Island and what have you came into play. But also, you don't know your great-grandparents' path either. But let's for a minute say they're illegal. Do you know what they went through to get here? Do you know if they get deported? What if they get killed? Do you want that on your head and your conscience? Now, if they're doing a crime, yeah, they should be in prison. I don't think they should be deported. They should be in prison. Because let's say you deport them. What if they come back? And what if they're dangerous, like murderers? And what if they're from a country that, quote unquote, is of basically Caucasian descent? Like maybe Switzerland, but they're murderers. Switzerland, but they're worse. Or whatever country, Italy, or Germany, or Scotland, or Ireland, or England, or anything and everything in between. My point being this. Murderers need to be in prison. Rapists need to be in prison. Members of Congress that have committed crimes shouldn't be in Congress. They should be in prison. White men and women, and non-white men and women that have committed crimes should be in prison. But I'm going to get moving. Love y'all. Now I need you to do 202 224 225 2321 and call Congress.